Alright, quick update on green Satoshi token. So it looks like we're capitulating below basically what we said was one of the last lines in the sand. If we zoom out on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see one of our most recent swing lows to swing highs when we were trending sideways in a crab market. It's always good to do these when they trend sideways. You can see big capitulation. This is where I like to draw my fibs when you trend sideways. These Fibonacci's all the way down. I'm not going to go through them. We're all very, very well respected. So I do imagine that as we are capitulating below this 4.236, which I can now remove from the chart just to make things a little bit more clear cut, is probably going to have a big effect on the price. Now, before we do jump too heavily in the TA, I do want to clean up my chart a bit, because if we look at this price prediction we made from back on the 13th of June, this was approximately 10 days ago, we were predicting a 57% drop to the downside, which seemed pretty bearish, but as you can see, we've come down, hit the nail on the head, and this was not necessarily the most recent price target. This was the price target before the price target. This was our macro drop prediction, and we since amended this. Well, I say amend, it wasn't really amend because we didn't change anything with the previous prediction. We more so created a new prediction back over here, looking at some other Fibonacci levels that we could potentially break down to. This area here specifically, this is another fib. I will find it at some point. But nonetheless, I've cleared it up to make the chart a little bit more clear cut. If you see these orange horizontal rays, it simply correlates to a Fibonacci. And as we're coming down below this level, your literal last line in the sand, in my opinion, would be down here to the 1.755. So if we do drop below 17.5 cent, we are probably going to witness the rest of this drop, just like I was predicting. Bear in mind, this was the 54% drop we were talking about. As we have started dropping, this would currently represent about another 39% drop to the downside, and you can really see with this bearish volume stepping in the market that it is probably very, very likely that we are about to start moving to the downside. Bitcoin, while it is bouncing right now, is still making a lower high from the past couple of days. So, you know, this is where we were bouncing. This is where we were bouncing a week ago. A couple days later, everyone's getting out of bed for the lower high. A week later, everyone was getting out of bed for this, and today everyone's getting out of bed for this. The lower low, lower high market structure is still very much in play. A lot of people are talking about a massive inverse head and shoulders. I don't necessarily think it would be breaking out. That is just one thing to keep your eye on. That might, if Bitcoin starts moving up, that might be able to help green Satoshi token recover. But in my opinion, if it is going to be a recovery, it's going to be a short-term recovery. I mean, look how fast the 13-day moving average is dropping down. This is dropping like a rock. I mean, in the next couple of days, you're probably going to see the 4-hourly EMA ribbons and the 13 EMA converge at about 18 cent. So even if we lollygag, best case scenario, in literally 24 hours, we are probably going to witness a massive, massive rejection incoming for green Satoshi token. So not a lot has changed. Once again, just updating you that we have hit our previous price target. This is what I always do. So, you know, I remove my fibs, or I move my Fibonacci retracements, these ones, and I keep the orange horizontal rays. So, you know, sometimes I may not be able to refind these Fibonacci's, but nonetheless, you know, you can see this one was where the previous one was. We deleted where these other ones were down here. But nonetheless, this is the next level to come down to 11.29 cent. This would be another 39% drop to the downside. I'm going to remove this because we've already got this prediction from back here. So yeah, that is basically what I see coming. 11.3 cent is on the table. If we do break below there, you do have a double 3.618 between the ranges of 8 cent and basically 8.7 cents. So call it 8 and 9 cent would be the next level down from 11.3. And as you can see, volume is stepping in. If we look at the daily time frame, volume is exponentially growing at this moment in time. 4-hourly time frame, the squeeze one, which is our momentum indicator, looks like it's gearing up for that next big breakdown as we are falling below a very, very important level of support. So that's basically all I've got for GST rather, green Satoshi token. Keeping it short and sweet, 11.25 cent is still on the table like we predicted a couple of days ago, or specifically what we predicted 4 days ago. This is still well, we've dropped 25.5%. So yeah, keep your eyes on 17.5. If we drop below it, yes, you can look at some of these minor fibs down here like 14.6 and 12.8, but these will just be temporarily flag stops in my opinion. I would imagine something like this could be playing out, and I do think it's going to drop a lot faster than this. Bear in mind this is drawn to the 27th. I'm really just drawing a best line of fit. If anything, I'd say probably something like this. Maybe not as fast as I've drawn it now, but somewhere along the lines of that within the next week or so. And bear in mind, yes, this does sound bearish. I'm still predicting another, 38, 39% drop, but bear in mind we were calling for 60% and more drops before, and they got hit on the head. So I do like GST and GMT for, I don't want to say the long term, because I wouldn't hold any move to earn for the long term. If you understand the fundamentals and how all these move to earns work, then you know that none of them are sustainable for the long term, and that's nothing against GST or GMT. I'm in these crypto markets. I trade altcoins to make money. I don't let my emotions attach myself to these cryptos. I simply trade them. When they get down to their low levels where I think they'd be a good buy, I will be looking to pick up some green Satoshi token. But just like we said in the last video, the market structure is extremely bearish. I'm waiting for this to have a reversal. Until then, I do keep on having these lower price targets in mind. We will reevaluate the markets on green Satoshi token when we are around about these regions down here. So expect another update when we drop about another 5 cent or so. That is all I've got for GST. Not looking good. Like I said, next level down, 11.3 cent. As always, Cowboy out. Peace.